Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be going over the top 10 ringless NBA players and why they fell short. Let's get right into it. First up, Patrick Ewing. Ewing was the Bulls and Jordan's biggest victim. The Bulls beat Ewing's Knicks 5 times in the playoffs. Jordan's '93 retirement gave them a respite. The '94 NBA Finals, Ewing led the Knicks and beat the Bulls. The Rockets, led by reigning MVP and Defensive Player of the Year Hakeem Olajuwon held Ewing to 18.9 points per game as Houston won in 7 games. In '99, the Knicks made the finals again, but Ewing was injured and missed the 4-1 loss to the Spurs. Next up, Elgin Baylor. Baylor is the finest example of a great player joining a dynasty. In 12 seasons, Baylor made 8 NBA Finals, 7 to the Boston Celtics, and 4 Finals defeats were in 7 games. Baylor is unfortunate. Knee troubles forced him to retire in 1972, and the Lakers won 33 straight games after he left. The Lakers awarded Baylor a championship ring, but it didn't count. Next up, Allen Iverson. Iverson only reached 1 NBA Final, with the 76ers in 2001, the same year that he was crowned league MVP. Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant's Lakers crushed the Sixers. The Sixers lacked the offensive talent to challenge the Lakers during Iverson's tenure. Many say Iverson would have done better with better teammates. Deeper inspection reveals certain issues. After being moved to Denver, he and Carmelo Anthony failed in the playoffs. The Nuggets reached the conference finals after trading him to Detroit. Detroit, who had won 6 straight conference finals, was seeded 8th. Iverson's teams did better when he played alone. Next up, CP3. Chris Paul's lack of a conference finals appearance is strange. He's a great passer and scorer, everything that you want out of a point guard. He's one of the NBA's few defender-capable guards. He would have been higher if he advanced further in the playoffs. Playing in the West has hurt him. The conference peaked in the mid-2000s. While injuries have played a role, the 2014-2015 loss to the Houston Rockets stands out. The Clippers blew a double-digit lead in Game 6 at home and lost the series in 7 games. Paul still has a shot, but it's slim. Next up, George Gervin. In 1979, 82, and 83, when he guided the Spurs to the conference finals, they wasted a 3-1 lead in 79 to the Bullets, who won Game 7 with 8 seconds left. The 2 other times, they were doomed. They faced the Lakers club that would make 4 straight finals trips, and the Spurs lacked the skill to compete. Next up, Dominique Wilkins. Wilkins never made it to a conference final, but the competition was fierce. The Bulls came after the Celtics and Pistons in the 1980s. His most memorable playoff moment occurred against the Celtics in '88. In Game 7, Wilkins would face off against Larry Bird in Boston. Bird scored 20 in the 4th quarter, and they lost 118 to 116. Every squad that won a title from 1987 to '97 did so without a solid supporting cast. The Lakers, Pistons, and Rockets won back-to-back titles, and the Bulls had 2 three-peats. It was too hard to win without the quality of several great teams. Next up, Steve Nash. The Spurs have eliminated Steve Nash from the playoffs 7 times in his career. Yes, 7. Nash's sole series win came in 2010, but the Suns lost to the Lakers in the conference finals. Nash's offense made up for his poor defense. He coached several of the league's highest-scoring teams in the 2000s. Next up, John Stockton. In 1997, Stockton's 13th season, the Jazz reached the NBA Finals. He scored the last 9 points, including a buzzer-beater 3-point shot to bring them to the finals. They lost 6 games to Michael Jordan. The next season, he reached the finals but lost in 6 games to Jordan and the Bulls once again. The absence of a title usually hurts Stockton in debates about the best point guard ever, but those Jazz teams might have won at least one if they hadn't met the Bulls. Next up, Charles Barkley. Barkley's postseason success in Philadelphia is uneven. In his debut season, they reached the conference finals. Barkley lacked the supporting cast in Philly towards the conclusion of his career. In 1992, Phoenix traded for him. Barkley won his sole MVP award with the Suns and led them to the NBA Finals against the Bulls. Barkley played well, but the Suns had no answer for Jordan, who averaged 41 points per game. Well guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so that you never miss a video. We'll see you guys next time.